I'm gonna say this right now. Space Marine 2, you know what I'm saying? That is my game of the year. Over about 30 hours in this game, in counting, because it's only precincts to release. And countless amount of rage and greatness and overall fun within this game. I'm about to tell y'all and break it down as to why, for one, you should cop this game. Two, why I think this game is going to be game of the year. And three, why 2024 has been an impactful year for gaming. Now, I'm gonna flat out tell you, when it comes to the story, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna sit here and BS you and be like, oh yeah, well the intricacies of Titus and the Space Marines, how he fell from Death Watch and then somehow lived, and I'm not about to do all that. There are specific channels who know Space Marine lore or Warhammer lore. I don't know the lore, but after playing this game, it's made me interested in learning about the world and the universe that is Warhammer. I've then found my way over to Warhammer Tik-Tok, to where I'm finding all types of lore about the different factions within the Space Hammer universe, why the people basically worship the Emperor, because they don't say God. Like, if I say God damn it, they say Emperor damn it. Like, that whole thing. You know, the different type of enemies that you'll come across. And not to mention, this game's life cycle, they've already done put out what they're going to basically giving us whatnot as this game goes on for the next few years or whatever. They already dropped like year one path, or like the year one roadmap, where they're telling us the new maps, the new modes, new enemies, the more missions to do, so on and so forth. There's so much content within this game, and that's gonna be coming with this game. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's break it down piece by piece. Let's start off with the campaign. So, like I told you earlier, I don't know what's going on with this campaign. I don't. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack with you. All I know is we play as the main character, Titus, and Titus was a part of this group called the Death Watch. And as far as I know, Death Watch is kind of like you're on punishments, basically get sent on the shit missions to handle some shit with the more than likely chance of dying. That's my understanding of it. I could be completely wrong. If you know Warhammer lore, educate me and the folks in the comment section. But the campaign isn't completely long. It's not like a 8 to 12 hour, not a 8 to 12, but it's not like a 20-hour campaign. I've beat the campaign in about 6-7 hours, but the thing was, I didn't even notice that I was that close to the end of the game. In fact, I was just playing it because I was just so interested in seeing like what the next cutscene would bring, what the next mission was, and overall what was going to happen next. Although I didn't necessarily understand what was going on because I don't have no pre-existing knowledge of Warhammer, this game does an excellent job at not making you feel oblivious, in the sense of like you need to play the first game in order to enjoy and play this one. I don't have any prior existing knowledge of this series, but this game made me feel welcome. So kudos to the folks over at Warhammer for that, because that's a tough thing to do. But it's not long, but it's fun, and it will basically suck you in immediately from like the very opening cutscene, the very first mission that you're doing. Within the first 20 minutes, you're already on some last stand shit where you're fighting the Tyranids, which is one of the enemy types in this game, and you're fighting an entire army of them, dolo. And it kind of gives you the scope on how broken Space Marines are in like the scope of things, because you're taking on wave after wave after wave after wave after wave, and it just doesn't stop. And you basically have to stand there dolo and kill everybody. I love it. It again, fantastic to give you that intro right there. Cinema. Mwah. Continuing on about the campaign, when you play it a little bit, it opens up these things called like operations, which is another game mode in the game. That is, you basically play the main story, and then you have like little side missions essentially that basically go and coincide with the main story. So you could do the main missions, or like the main story, and just beat that, then go back and play the side mission. Or you can go play like one main mission, then play a side mission that coincides with it. It has an order from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's like 6 of them. And you basically do it like that. The cool thing about that though is that it gives you the opportunity, by playing these side missions, you could actually play them with your friends and whatnot. You can play the whole story with your friend, like it's entirely co-op, but you can play with your friends as well as try out the different classes. We're gonna get more into the different classes later on in this video. But it gives you an opportunity just to try some new things out and whatnot, as well as get a little bit of context and more understanding about, you know, the other missions that are being imposed upon by the other Marines and whatnot that they have to do in order for the overall success of the main mission, which is destroy the Tyranids and whatnot, right? They do, again, a great job with that. Because, like I said, you could play this entire game with your friends. Like, I'm playing the story mission again, or the campaign again with Biggie. So I beat it by myself, but I'm going to beat the game with him. And we're going to let this shit just snowball into overall just great content and strength. But, again, fantastic. And fucking fantastic. Let's talk about the PvE for a little bit. So with the PvE, these Operation Game Modes, this is like going to be one of your sources to grind the different characters and whatnot. There's 6 different classes. You have your tactical, assault, vanguard, bulwark, sniper, and heavy. All of which have their own special abilities. All of which have their own class setups and so on and so forth. All have their own different drip too, so that way you know what class is who. We'll talk about that drip later. But you could basically choose a class, and then you go on to a mission with either your randoms, because it has matchmaking for these operations. You go in there with randoms, or you can invite 2 of your friends, which, by the way, this game is crossplay for the PvE content, not for the PvE content. But you can invite 2 of your friends, and y'all basically go in and do these missions. And you can go in, you know, with the Vanguard, a Bulwark, or Heavy, or a Sniper, a Tactical, and an Assault, however you want to mix and match it. I will say this, though, and I did appreciate this, you cannot go in with all of the same class for these missions. It kind of makes you have to play as a team and coordinate, depending on the mission, who you're going to bring to the table. I like that because it forces a level of just thinking a little bit. Like, you have to be somewhat tactical and plan out what mission you want to do and how you're going to go about it. Because for some missions, you wouldn't want to bring a sniper. Sometimes a sniper ain't it. They help because they could take out the big, heavier enemies. But they're going to need somebody to help them out or protect them a little bit so they can take those shots and take out them enemies, because this game is a horde mode lover's heaven. Because you will get overran if you think shit's... I love it. Again, I love that type of stuff. But you basically run through these missions, and you can keep doing them as much as you like over and over and over again and grind up. The basic way that you do grind is doing these missions. And what you do by grinding is you unlock like tokens and whatnot, and you earn like, I want to say like damn near 20 or 40, somewhere in that region, every mission. And in order to get like different color palettes and themes and whatnot, you have to unlock these tokens. So it doesn't take long for you to get the drip that you want, because by doing a mission 2-3 times, and the missions don't even take that long depending on how good your team's communication is and whatnot, you can run through it in like about 15-30 minutes or so, 3 times, and then get some new colorways and whatnot, and different, you know, skins to make your character look fine. Not to mention you level up your weapons, and your weapons get different perks and bonuses, as well as your character gets different perks. Whereas one of my favorite characters to play is the Vanguard, and the Vanguard has, you know, the combat knife. We basically zip around with a grappling hook and get in close to our enemies and get the hell out of there. A lot of fun. But some of the perks are like those that will increase your knife damage, recharge your grappling hook faster. If you get like a grappling hook kill, then you know your grappling hook will recharge faster, or like automatically or something like that. Things of that sort. Every class has those perks that go along with it, along with their weapons that will be upgraded depending on how much you use. Man, fucking tastic. And as a grind fest a little bit, it's not as mind-numbing and as tiresome as some other grind games can be, or other grinding elements in games can be, because you're playing with your friends. And again, a horde mode shooter that gets more difficult depending on the difficulty that you put the game on, and it makes a difference, because the difference between like, I think it's like casual or something like that to like normal is a drastic friggin' difference. You're gonna fight way more enemies. It's gonna be more like the heavier enemies, and then the more that you raise the level on it will increase not only the difficulty of the enemies, the intelligence, because they will start doing different tactics, which I didn't even know until I seen a video about it. The enemies basically react on how you're playing and shit like that, and they'll take different routes to basically overwhelm you and shit like that, and coordinate their attacks differently. I didn't know that could be but it is. But they do shit like that. But you will fight heavier enemies. Like, you'll fight the big tanky bosses more often if you raise the level and depending on the mission. Again, I love that shit because it has difficulty. And again, you have to coordinate with your... So, I would recommend getting some friends and playing this if you are going to play this. Because playing with randoms is nice for the most part. I haven't had any bad issues or any run-ins with no toxic dickheads. Just think they know everything. It's been a fantastic experience. For the most part, literally just kill shit. If somebody goes down, pick them up and make sure that they can heal or get them out of there and whatnot. Now, let's talk about this PvP. Fuck bulwarks. Okay, I had to get that out of my system. Dog, bulwarks have been the bane of my existence. If you don't know what a bulwark is, I'm about to literally show you a little clip of them right now. Bulwarks are basically the big ass, Marines that you see with shields, a sword, and a pistol, like that whole thing. Fucking hate bulwarks. Hate them. I hate them. You block too many damn bullets. I unload a whole clip into your melon piece. Somehow you're blocking that. Fuck you, bulwarks. But I'm not gonna sit here and clamor for a whole bunch of nerfs and what. I get mad in the moment, but let's be honest here. It's a shield, and I'm pretty sure they could figure out a way to somewhat balance it. Because at the moment, at least to me, it feels unbalanced. Because the motherfuckers would just run up on you with a shield, then back up. If they didn't get the kill immediately like they want to, and it damn near can't kill them unless you're behind them or above them or shit like that. But if you're in front, it's kind of fucked. Even though you can stick your head, it's asinine, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But the PvP is so damn addicting because coordination and teamwork is actually important. Even in a game like Team Deathmatch, if one of your teammates dies, you feel that because now you're like, oh shit, it's a damn 6v5 right now. And you don't stay dead, but there is like a little timer with it. And you feel that difference almost immediately because the motherfuckers play with you. They don't play with you. But it's good to have some type of coordination, and on top of that, the bullets hurt. Like, no class to me this game feels severely underpowered. Every class has its use, especially depending on the game mode that you're playing. Like Team Deathmatch, you can run anything that you want, but again, you're gonna feel that if somebody dies on your team or if multiple people die on your team. But when you're playing, because they have like a domination and a hardpoint game mode, your PvP game modes, and them joints right there, teamwork, communication, coordination is a requirement because people will flank around you or jump on the top of you because the assault class has a jetpack and rain the hammer down on top of your melon and get busy on you. So you really have to stay on your P's and Q's about this type of stuff, but it makes it fun because not only is it a very easy experience, like as far as PvP goes to get into, it's also one that kind of makes you want to play a little bit more tactical and get better because you cannot be able to just run up in there and treat it like Call of Duty, which is again a breath of fresh. But when it comes to the classes situation, one thing that I had an issue with I forgot what game it was. Oh, X Defiant. One issue I had with that game and still have is the fact that there's no like limit and or cap on classes. So in a game like X Defiant, you can run like 3 to 4 people could have the one class that has the pocket UAV that everybody could see, whatnot. I hate that. I've never liked it. That's been a bad idea. For this game, there's 6 people. You can only run 2 of each. So you could have like 2 vanguards, 2 bulwarks, and 2 heavies, or 1 assault, 1 tactical, 2 vanguards, and heavies or something like that. You can basically do it that way. That way kind of limits it as far as like what can be ran at one given time. That way you're not just having an entire lobby filled with 6 bulwarks and 6 heavies, because that wouldn't be a fun experience. Or 6 bulwarks versus 6 bulwarks. Again, that would not be a very fun experience. Them having that level of balance to it does make it fun, as well as a little irritating, because similar to a game like Overwatch, you could tell when there's just a difference in skill and whatnot, especially when it comes to the bulwark and heavy. Because, oh, Jesus Christ. If your bulwark is not nice and theirs actually knows how to get, like, in and out and protect people, it is the worst experience on Earth. But it's one of them things where it's like, damn, now I got to play this a little bit more. Because with these 6 classes that this game does have, you can level them all up, and I think the max levels like level 30, like that. I got my Vanguard to like level 10 or 12 and whatnot. The only reason why it's not higher is because I play a lot of other games, as y'all well know. So I try my best to not focus all my time on this game. because this game has taken over my life. It's taking over my life, damn it. But I've been enjoying it thus far. Even from something like the soundtrack and whatnot fits the game because like it's a very dark and grungy type sound, which I do like. The color palette is amazing. The world itself is fucking gorgeous. And then some of the maps fucking depressing. I like it. It's literally it's a heavy metal dream for real. Like if I'm thinking heavy metal battle scenes and war, I'm thinking Warhammer now because it just encapsulate that. Like if I want to listen to like For Whom the Bell Tolls, I'm playing Warhammer. If I'm listening to MIA by like Avenged Sevenfold, I'm fucking playing Warhammer. It's stuff like that. This game to me is it should be nominated for Game of the Year, and in my opinion, between this and Elden Ring, and I'd probably even put Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong. I wouldn't be mad if that if was gonna get nominated. But like as far as like ones that I really think should get that joint, Elden Ring was OD, loved it. Astrobot, can't go wrong with a great platform. Um, what I say, Black Myth Wukong. Can't, I mean, I was hyped for that game and I bought the damn game. I still gotta play it a little bit. But my biggest gripe with that game was just the lack of a mini map. And ah but then it's like this game that covers all three levels where it comes to campaign, PvP, and then they give you the roadmap showing, hey, we're dropping all this as time progresses for like the next, I think like the first year, and then the year after that we're gonna have some more type of stuff in stock. Like to me, this game should get that nod for real, at least to me. But y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below. I plan on dropping more Warhammer videos as far as like my favorite class or like difference in classes, so on and so forth. But you let me know what y'all think. Boy Woozle, and I'm gone. Bye. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. I always forget to like and subscribe.